Hey, greetings! Welcome back to Sean's Irish Whiskey Shelf, coming at you from the heart of the United States out here in the Midwest, where summer has finally taken a grip on us and most of the rest of the country. So enjoy the warm weather if that's what you're into. My wife's out in the pool. She's enjoying the warm weather. What are we doing? We're down here at the Whiskey Shelf trying some whiskey. And the whiskey I have for you this evening is Redbreast 18. I've been promising it to you for a little while. Now we're going to do it. So let's talk about Redbreast 18 a little bit. Obviously, Redbreast, it's put out by the Middleton Distillery. It is not unheard of that Middleton has put out Redbreast 18. It's been offered in the past, just hasn't been something that they put out on a regular basis. So it's very hit and miss whether or not you can find it on your shelf at your local liquor store. But it is there in some places, and you're going to pay a pretty penny for it. Obviously more expensive than 12 and 15. When I bought it, it was up there pretty close to Redbreast 21. So it's going to set you back a little bit of scratch to put a bottle on your shelf. Not as bad as Redbreast 27, which, as you can tell, we still don't have up there someday. But I guess the question that we have to really consider is it worth it? Should you go out and spend that money for a bottle of 18 when you could spend that money on maybe 2 bottles of 15 or 3 bottles of 12? Or even a 21. Don't know. It's really going to depend on your palate and how well you can pick up the different flavors. I'm going to tell you what I think about it here in just a minute. So let's talk about the whiskey itself first. Obviously, it's single pot still. Everything that Middleton offers under the Redbreast name is single pot still. My personal favorite, I really enjoy single pot still. And obviously it's 18 years old, hence the big 18 on the label, right? This is a non-chill filtered whiskey. It's 46% alcohol, so 92 proof. And this whiskey is matured in first use and reuse Oloroso sherry casks, as well as ex-bourbon barrels. So you got the sherry, you got the bourbon. It's got a little more where what they tell you, the literature, it's supposed to have a little bit more of the influence from the sherry, but maybe not as much as you might find in 21. So it's that kind of sherry taste is scaled back a little bit than what you'd find in 21. Mash bill is malted and unmalted barley. And what Middleton says, and what a lot of the reviewers say as well, is that when you're considering what to drink, which of the Redbreast versions you want to drink. If your everyday Redbreast is Redbreast 12 and your super celebratory Redbreast is Redbreast 21, then this particular Redbreast, Redbreast 18, is what you might want to have for a long conversation sitting by the fire. Okay. Although with the price that I paid for this also might be a celebratory Redbreast, and I might use the Redbreast 15 for the long conversation around the fire. Now, what I was able to find is a really nice chart that kind of displayed the different tastes of the Redbreasts. So I couldn't remember it all, so I wrote it down here. Bear with me. Redbreast 12, which, by the way, Redbreast 12 for me is a special whiskey. I drink that on Saturday evenings with my really good cigar. It's running about 80 $80 to $90 a bottle now out here in Iowa. But Redbreast 12, rich, more sherry, more sherry forward, and it's got a younger spice. Remember, single pot still whiskeys kind of bring the spice out. And when you think of single pot still, you think of a more spicy kind of taste. So 12, rich, a little bit more of the sherry taste, and spicier because it's younger. 12 cask strength, and I love cask strength. I have not been able to put my hands on the recent Redbreast 12 cask strength, but that is some fine whiskey. It's going to be the same as the regular Redbreast 12, but just turn the volume way up, like to 11. Okay, very full, very rich. I can't say enough good things about 12 cask strength. You move up to 15, you're going to get a more balanced whiskey. It's going to be a little bit darker, and actually you're going to get a little more spice out of it than Redbreast 12. Redbreast 18, what we're going to try here in just a few minutes, kind of a middle ground between that 15 and the 21, where it kind of mellows out just a little bit and maybe brings a slight bit more of that sherry flavor forward. Of course, 21, they say that's tropical and elegant and expensive. That's what you think of when you do 21. And then 27, which we just don't have, that is considered a fruit bomb. Very fruity, lots of berry kind of flavor to it. And it has been matured in port casks. So you're going to get that kind of port flavor in the 27. All right, enough gabbing. Let's try some Redbreast 18. Very, very nice dark amber color. That's gorgeous. Good nose. I like that. All right, so I do get the spice out of it, but maybe not as pot still spicy as the 15. It's there, but it's not like super in your face, but you can tell this is pot still whiskey, and actually single pot still whiskey, which again, I very much enjoy. I think I taste a little bit more of the of kind of like the oak flavor in it. Is it worth, to me personally, is it worth more to buy 18 than it is to buy 15? I don't think so. I think for me, my palate, I think I like the 15 a little bit better. I think the profile of the 15 is just a little bit more to my taste buds. That being said, is this a bad pour of whiskey? Heck no. This is a really fine pour of whiskey. One of the things that I have not picked up on yet is that whole, does it have a full mouthful, or is it chewy, or whatever it is they say? And remember, blue collar here, folks. I'm not into that. But it does have this richness, this fullness in the flavor. I mean, you take this and maybe compare it to the Busker single pot still. and it won't even be close, because this has a fullness in the mouth that you're not going to find in a less expensive whiskey. I think Middleton has done a great job with this, and I think perhaps what might be a good show might be to line them up again. We've done that in the past, where I've done 12 and 15 and 21. Maybe we put 18 into that mix and see where it falls. Yeah, I like this whiskey. I like it a lot. But what I don't know is if I would pay the premium for it. I think a lot of the premium I paid for it was because it's 18 and it hasn't been around. So, hey, we're going to jack up the price because it's an ultra rare exclusive whiskey. But I'm not so sure that it's worth that markup. I really think it's on par with the 21. And I think for my taste buds, I'm perfectly happy with the 15. It's really a good whiskey. And I would encourage any of you, if you have a little bit of money, maybe get a shot at a local bar if you happen to find it there. If you've got some spare money, like in the upper 2s, lower 3s, that you want to drop on a bottle of whiskey, you're not going to go wrong with this. Not at all. This is a fine drop of whiskey. I just don't know that it's worth all that. Maybe if you could find this, say, low 2s, I think that would be fair. And maybe if you're not in Iowa and you have whiskey that's reasonably priced, you might find that. But that's where I would put this. I would definitely say it's better than 15 overall, but for my blue collar palate, 15 does me pretty darn good. And this will continue to be a special occasion whiskey. And just be aware that for someone with a blue collar palate, I can definitely taste those kind of oak tannins, as they call them, that are in there. Definitely have a little bit heavier flavor on that. I mean, it's good. I'm not sure that I would pay the money to get another bottle of this unless they bring it down a little. So, anyway, that is our show for this evening. Redbreast 18, a fine pour of whiskey. Just be careful how much you pay for it. And as always, your mileage may vary. Your palate is different than mine. Your taste buds are tuned differently than mine. But you can't go wrong with it. You're not going to hate it. If you like any of the Redbreasts, you're going to like it. So let me know in the comments if you pick up a bottle, what you think. I always love hearing from all of my viewers, and I answer every comment. And until we meet again, I want you to enjoy your Irish whiskey, because come on, man, any reason you have to enjoy Irish whiskey is a great reason. But you just got to do it responsibly so you can be here for the next video. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until we meet again, I want you to be well and be safe. All right? Sláinte. Bye now.